Morning all, welcome to Grandad's allotment. Right, morning all, welcome back to the allotment. I'm actually on the allotment today and I'm bringing some stuff to show you. Right, can you tell what it is? How many bales of straw can you get in a mini? Answer's 2. So this is the first part of my straw bale veg. Let's get them onto the allotment. Right, so back on the plot and I'll show you what I'm doing with the straw bale veg. Right, day 2 of the straw bale veg. Next delivery, another 4 bales. I'm gonna crack on and get them moved. Right, so I'll show you what I'm up to. I've been and got another 4 straw bales and some of my compost for my seed sowing. So them 4 bales are going to be part of my straw bale veg. And originally I was going to do it in these ones here because they're starting to go, but what I've thought of is I'm going to use some of the pallet collars because two generally fit in just to keep them in place, so when they do sort of break down they're contained. I'm going to have one there and I'm going to move these strawberry planters and that bed there, so I'm going to have another straw bale veg there and another one here, contained in sort of pallet collars. I will tackle those beds and rebuild them, but they've got my blueberry cuttings in, which I took over the winter, and seems a shame to disturb them at the minute. And that's got some perpetual spinach in, which again seems a shame to do that. And these have got my onions in, so they've got stuff in at the minute, so I don't really want to disturb them. Yes, that's desperately going to have to be done, but I might just replace one plank on the side there for the time being. So I'm going to sort this bit out first, drink my tea, and then I'll show you where I'm up to. Right, so that's the first of my straw bale beds complete. What I'm going to do, the string is going round the edge of the bale, and the short bits are coming up. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but it fits two bales into one pallet collar. Don't need to use the pallet collars. I'm just doing that really just to keep them contained, so when they do start to break down they're not going to sort of spread all over. It's on the the membrane anyway, and when it does break down I'll just be able to scoop it out of there and put it into the other beds as mulch. So yeah, the short end is on the top. I'm going to bale these 2 bales together with some bale and twine just to hold them together, so when they do start to fall apart they're not going to fall all over. So the next part of the process is to inoculate it and start the decomposition part of the straw bale, but I'll tell you that when I come to do that. The other 2 are in here. So yeah, the other 2 are here where the strawberry beds were. Again, I'm going to bale around just to stop them falling apart. So again, the bales around, the bale and twine's around the outside, and the short open end is on the tops. There is a bit of a gap here. I'll just probably fill that with a bit of compost and put some strawberries in or something. So yeah, next part is to start the process of the inoculation of it all. I'll show you that shortly. Right, welcome back to the allotment. I'm on day 3 now of the straw bale veg. I've got everything in place. Now's the time to start inoculating it and getting it starting compost, so I'll show you what I'm up to there. Right. what I'm now going to do is start the composting process of these. I've got them laid in different ways, so this one is the cut edge of the straw is upwards, so it's going to penetrate in. That one, the straw's laid across and the edges are cut. It's just the way it's been banded. It shouldn't make any difference, but what I've got to do now is start the decomposing process of the straw, the composting process, because if you're planting into sort of virgin straw, it's got no nutrients, it's got nothing, it's not going to be able to sustain anything. So we've got to start to compost this. So first of all, we've got to get it thoroughly soaked on day one. It takes about 2 weeks to complete the process, to get it working properly. So I'm going to thoroughly soak this. It's to enough where it's sort of running out the sides. I normally do it with a hose pipe, but I haven't got the hose pipe on at the moment. So I'm going to fill it with the from just on the water butts in it. Watering can. So it's going to take a few on each. Just thoroughly soaking it. It's been out for about a week now, so it has been rained on, so it shouldn't need to do a great deal. But this is just going to be wet straw at the moment. What we're going to start and do is add some products to start and get it decompose. Right, I'm going to do all the rest and then come back here. Right, so I've given it a good soak, day one, let it set, and sort of day two of the process we're going to add some organic lawn feed, just sprinkled all over. And this will start and build up the process of decomposing. You can use chicken pellets if you want. I'm going to use chicken pellets on my other bed just to see if it makes a difference. But yeah, some organic lawn feed just to start it off, and then what you want to do is get your dibber and dib in about 10 holes. Just randomly spaced, because what we want to try and do is get this into the straw. And then what we're going to do is water. Water that in. We only need probably one watering can at a time now. On each bale. And what we're going to do is do the same process to all the bales for the next week or 5 days at least. So lawn feed over the top and 10 holes dibbered and get it in. Right, that's the first part of the process. So it's the same for the next 5 days, so I'll come back in 5 days time. Right, we're back at the straw bales after a week of putting the lawn feed on and watering one bale at a time. So the next part of the process is a little bit of organic compost on. So again, we're going to dibber the straw bales just to get a bit of depth in. You can actually see there is grass and stuff starting to come through here. That'll be from the wheat, and they are quite wet on the top, so they are starting to decompose. Just a few dibber holes, and I'm just going to put a layer of organic compost over the top. Doesn't need to be much because we're actually going to go into the straw. This is just helping it start a decomposition process, really. I'm using Clover Professional compost here, but that's only because that's what I've got. It can be anything, it can be your own compost. You've got something up by a compost pile, and that would probably be better actually, because it's still actively decomposing. So it's not a great lot, it's just a layer over the top. And we're going to do this, water it in, and then we'll go back to putting the lawn feed on, or the chicken pellets on every couple of days for the next week or so, and then by the end of 14 days we should be ready to go and plant in. So just a full watering can on each bale. Just to get that compost start to soak in. Right, we'll come back in another 5 or 6 days and see what we've got. Right, I'm on day 9 of the Strawbale veg. I've been putting my lawn feed on every day and my compost from day 5, handful lawn feed, compost, water in from day 5. I'll explain it all in a minute. So I'm on my last one where I'm starting to feed before I'm getting ready to plant. I've run out of lawn feed, so I'm gone on to the chicken pellets. So just a handful of chicken pellets on each one. Evenly spread out. So that's all the feeding done. It's now going to start and break down. I've looked for a compost thermometer, so I'm going to bring that next down here and tell you how hot they're getting. But I'll bring you over and I'll explain the whole process. Right, so I thought I would just go through the whole process from start to finish again. So day one, set out your straw bales where you want them, tie them in place, and then just fully soak them with your hose pipe, or a real good few watering cans full. The water needs to be running out, yeah, so really good soak. Day two, that's when you use your lawn feed. So handful of lawn feed over each straw bale, dibber 10 holes in place and water it in. Just one watering can of water. And you do that right up until day 5 or 6. So lawn feed or chicken manure pellets. If you're using chicken manure pellets, you can use either or. I use just some lawn feed from Asda. It's just a Westland organic lawn feed. Make sure it hasn't got any weed killers in it, obviously, because that's not going to work. So I've used that up until day 6 until it run out, basically. And obviously you dip out the 10 holes, water it in, one watering can of water each day. Day 6 or 7, your choice, whenever you do it, but 2 cups of organic lawn feed, and water that in. Day 7 again, and step it up to 2 cups of lawn feed or 2 cups of chicken manure pellets. Day 8, that's when you start and put the compost on. Day 8 and 9, so it's 1 cup of lawn feed or chicken pellets, and then a couple of cups of compost on top. And you do that days 8, 9 and 10. So you're starting to build a layer up of compost. Day 11, you can leave it. Day 12, leave it. Day 12 and 13, day 13 and 14, again, some lawn feed, chicken pellets and a couple of handfuls of compost, and that should be it. You should be starting. I'm going to leave it probably because it's still quite cold at the minute before starting to plant things out, but it's ready to go after about 2 weeks. Let's say I'm still going to leave it longer, but the inoculation process and the breaking down process has started. I've also added in some of this Eco Thrive. It's sort of peat-free compost booster, basically. And the only reason I've got it is because I bought it when home base was closing and I paid 50p a pack. Otherwise I wouldn't have it, but I thought try and use it. So that's it for 14 days to get them ready, and the process is starting to break down. Obviously they're going to get better as they go, and they're going to break down a lot more. You will need to top them up with a little bit of feed every now and again throughout the season, because they are just straw basically, and they're going to start and break down, but you will need to top them up a bit. So I think when I start and plant, I'll just have a bit of blood, fish and bone on the top and mix that in when I plant in. So that's the whole process, start to finish, 14 days, and I'll show you when I'm starting to plant up. Right, catch you on the next one.